to John O'Quinn Field in H-Town, home to the Houston Cougars. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Houston's offense will get the first possession of the game. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now,
oh, he's got some space.
Oh, my God.
And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands.
Hold.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. From the gun. Snagged in the middle. It's Roach. Strong, firm tackle. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 football.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard. And it'll be 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Right on the money. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now it's 2nd and goal. Here we go. Back to pass. Trying to find the end zone. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got it inside the 25. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. Houston wants to play fast. To the air on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself.
Shoot, should have just ran it.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch them.
Fires toward the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. Here we go. From the gun, running back gets the give. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
They'll run it from the gun. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
Well,
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's strong. There he goes. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick completion to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run the option. Now the toss. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it.
Thank God. I thought he
Right
called
on the money. You just have to make that catch. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Roach. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Cougars. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Going right to work up top. Looking left. Makes the grab. Turning it on. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Lining up from the 34 on first down. A strike downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. BYU lines up quickly. Looking to throw on first down.
Yo.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Keeps it on the bootleg. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. They're looking for an advantage to the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. They'll run for it. Will not get
Let's
there.
get it.
A 4th down stop.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top, extending the play.
Oh, no!
Looking right. Oh, it's picked off. Got room on the return. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Oh, my God.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab over the middle. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. Nice pickup, gets it to the 20. They move the sticks, and they can still stop the
That
clock.
is so trash of you.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. I mean, I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air. But now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the 1st down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Gets it out fast. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Just focused on trying to get in the field goal range.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today.
Just about set to start the second half. Houston will kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing... Third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's strong. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Got a man. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So now it's 2nd and long.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example thereof.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. The option look. Now the pitch. Look out, he's going.
Oh, my God.
There he goes down the right side. Inside the touchdown, BYU. Great job by the back on the option.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well. It is virtually impossible to stop.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. And the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones.
Yo, can you hear me? Yo.
And they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Looking to throw on 1st down.
Nice, man.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first at the 37.
Whoa.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB.
He almost sold that game. That's what he was all talking about.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Because at first when he put it up in Discord, oh my gosh, thank God. When he put it up in the Discord, I'm thinking, I thought the game was over. I'm like, bro, it's like 3 minutes left.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. It's complete to the right. And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him. A little slippery with all those juke moves.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball.
God.
Brings into the open. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire.
Ain't no real kind of pace is that?
Can't miss the target that badly.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Hit as he throws. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Like I said, I don't have no decent quarterback here at Houston, man.
The give out of the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Downfall of this team.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. To the air on 1st down. Makes the catch. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Whoa.
Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the boot, looking for his man. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. BYU now into the red zone. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man quickly. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. It's a draw. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation.
Touchdown, BYU! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
This is like the best time we
Houston
had.
sending the offense back onto the
We don't
field.
have a decent
Things have not
quarterback.
gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy route. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Houston going up tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field.
Hold.
An easy decision there for the offense to decline the
That's
penalty
it,
and
man.
take the touchdown. And the extra point
We're gonna
is
have to
through,
go
and they have a
undefeated. Hopefully we
2-touchdown
get a
lead,
chance
up
to
14 in the
make the
4th.
playoffs. Now
And
I'm
for a
pretty
quick
sure we're not
update,
even
let's go
going
to
to be
Kevin
in.
Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could
I got
have
to
some
figure out something
implications.
at quarterback.
Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar
Three-star.
Jackson should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 10
I'm playing
to
right now.
Boston College. We'll circle back if anything
I don't
changes
have a
in this
decent
big-time
quarterback
ACC
here.
matchup. Guys,
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Caught over the middle. It's Green. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Got it in the middle. It's Hill.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
They absolutely had to have that third. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal.
There he goes. Got the first down and more. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man, when you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
And the Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Looking to throw for it. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. BYU with the 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You gotta
believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back.
And of course.
What a cut. Now he's loose. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well. But this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But you're just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his...
Throws toward the end zone. And
I'm done, man. No.
Just might.
What is this?
And you know, late in the game, offenses sometimes get concerned when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
BYU, I told you, I ain't got no good quarterback. All our quarterbacks trash.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
I don't know, shoot. He's trying to get somebody.
Starts from their own 25-yard line.
Fresh, I think like one is a freshman. I think the other one might be a sophomore.
Able to work it to the 39.
It ain't looking good for us.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Finishes the run with the slide.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here.
We do make the playoffs. We're going to have to go undefeated for the rest of the season.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Fires to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing.
I got to say, get out of the quarterback. I don't know which quarterback I'm going to go for the whole season.
Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
He's taking a deep shot.
Oh, and he overthrew it.
It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. Guys, this is a story